Hello everybody, Craig Warrack here and welcome back to episode 2 of my Secret Santa custom project for 2017. In this episode I'll reveal the custom I'm going to be working on. I'll also talk you through some of the backstory for the character and some of my ideas about how I'm going to realise it. But before I do that, I want to take a rundown of the list of characters I had to choose from. So whoever sent this list said they preferred the 6-inch scale Marvel Legends style, and I had to choose from Wolverine, Mystique, Apocalypse, Crablante, Jason Latter, Grant Mackay, Sauron, Tim21, Telsa, Armadillo, Destro, Darklon, the Heat Viper, Baroness, and Led Dent. And as you might have seen in the last episode, I wasn't that enthused about the list, but I have settled on one of them, and I'll spin the camera around and show you who it is. So I'm going to be making Crablante from One Punch Man. Crablante, or Canilante, it's essentially the same name in Japanese, is he's a giant half man, half crab. The top half is a very broad humanoid crab-like creature with the big pincers. You can see him here. The bottom half is just a guy in briefs, but this guy is huge. You can see there's a picture here of him standing next to Saitama, and he's about 8-9 feet tall, so this is going to have to be a big figure if I want it to fit in with the preferred 6-inch Marvel Legends style that the guy asked for. People who know my customizing technique know there are 3 stages. There's inspiration, research, and then customizing. So the inspiration was essentially the list, and I had to pick this guy from it. The research, I've gone ahead and I've printed out lots of pictures from the internet. Some of them are from the manga, some of them are from the anime, and some of them are sort of fan art. You see there's a sort of a CGI version of it here. It's interesting to see how other people are realizing that design, and I'll be drawing on all those different aspects along with my own design ideas to kind of realize this guy. I also bought and read the digital version of the story he's in. He's only in chapter 2 of One Punch Man. It's very short, very neat. That's all I need to know. That was great. I didn't have to read tons to understand what he's about. It's very straightforward. He's a man that ate too much crab and transformed into that. Simple. Also, to try and cement the proportions and design of the character in my head, I like to draw or sketch the character at least. So I've gone ahead and done that here. You can see that, very, very simple. Just line work. Yeah, really straightforward. And then on this page, I've done some of his sort of expressions for his face. I'm not sure what face I'm going to settle on, whether I'll have alternate heads or what kind of thing, maybe just an angry one. Depends how the whole thing goes, whether I can do any extras, because this is going to be a big figure. Like I said, he's going to be like 8-9 feet tall, so that's 8-9 inches for 6-inch scale. And what I'm looking at is kind of thinking the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure is maybe a good place to start. He's very broad. I'm thinking the upper torso and maybe the crotch and legs of this guy might be good. Then I was thinking, he has these human legs, so I'm thinking maybe the Gladiator Hulk. He has quite human legs. I'll have to obviously do some work. I could Frankenstein them together with the Juggernaut's legs, so you get that sort of Crablante, very broad up the top, tapering down into more human proportions below. And I can do that probably with the Hulk, and Hulk also usefully has bare feet, which Crablante has as well. So yeah, that's my idea for the general body. The head will probably just be totally free sculpted on top of just any head, whether I'll use the unmasked Juggernaut that's under here, or whether I'll sculpt something separate. I'm not too sure right now. The arms themselves, they're actually quite thin with the sort of armor thing around them, so I kind of want to preserve that idea. And I was kind of thinking maybe like Warlock's arms. Again, another Build-A-Figure. It's going to be Build-A-Figure expensive, but I've got extras of these guys. Well, not extras of the whole figures, but extra parts that I can use. So yeah, I was thinking maybe Warlock's arms. They're very thin. I could easily build them up, and they would have the double jointed articulation, which Hulk doesn't have double jointed elbows, and neither does Juggernaut. Juggernaut doesn't even have double jointed knees, which is a bit of a problem Hulk does. So a bit of a mishmash of all these different figures might help me towards that point. So I think in the next episode I'm going to be cutting into these guys, cracking them apart and trying to Frankenstein things together to get a good sort of base and general body shape to start building up with sculpting and then painting further down the line. So that's about it. Eek Crablante, there we go, outside of my comfort zone, but so was Pennywise and that worked out well. So here's hoping this is similarly successful. Anyway, I'll see you in the next episode when I will get down to customizing. Thank you for joining me. See you next time. Pour on the power. Bye bye.